I'm back once again. Okay, it took me about 20 minutes to get this silly contraption set up so that it can hold itself for a change. And you're looking at the sink faucet because I want to show one reason I condition my water with my fish tank before it goes into my plants. My water in my town seems to use ammonia over chlorine and chloramines. Some ways that's good. Not so much for the plants, though. I don't want my orchids having very much ammonia in the water at all. Now, you could use an RO unit or an RODI unit to eliminate the ammonia along with most everything else. And they are in some ways better. I mean, they take up less space than my 55-gallon fish tank, but they also waste a lot of water. So if there's a way around buying one, I will take it for as long as possible, right up until I get back into salt water, and then I'll probably need one. So okay, let's get started. I'm going to test the ammonia in the tap water, and then as I do my betta tanks test, I will show how much less, in theory, if everything works the way it's supposed to, how much less ammonia is in his tank than comes out of the tap water that the city wants me to drink. Well, the city can go fly a kite. I'm not drinking it. And you're about to see why. I hope this is staying in frame. I've got no way of knowing because I'm in front of the camera. Well, let's get it a little closer to exact for YouTube. I'm not normally this precise, but for YouTube, let's get it a little bit closer. And I'm out of frame now. Okay, it's still not perfect, but it's good enough for the girls I go with. So, ammonia. Oh, I forgot my toilet paper to put everything on so I don't stain the counter. Hang on. I can probably edit some of this out, but while I don't understand editing all that well, it's more of a pain than it's worth unless I swear or something and really need to edit. Okay, I'm going to count 8 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put the cap on. Do 1 invert. I've noticed that when you invert like that, hopefully that's on film, that it creates a vortex and it swirls the water around and mixes it nicely for you. You still need to shake the bottles really good, but you don't need to shake the test tube like everybody seems to. Okay, so Here we go. 8 more drops if I take the lid off so I can put the drops in. That was 8 drops. If it was on camera, I don't know. It's really more about getting this done than filming it, because I actually need to. So we're going to set that there. Is it on? Hey, it's even on camera. It went in and out of camera so many times. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. Give it a couple, it's already turning a little bit, but I'm going to give it a couple of minutes to settle into a color, and I'll be back. Probably won't be the 5-10 minutes. I mean, it's already going green, you can see it. So, yeah, just a couple of minutes. I think the instructions, which I haven't looked at in over a decade, say somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes that you should wait. I usually don't. I just go through all the tests and get my readings. There it is. Alright, I'm back, and the green one on the, well, the green one, I can't think of my left and right at the moment. The green one on the right is the tap water, and the yellow one on the left is the fish tank water. Yellow being very few nitrates, and the darker the green gets, nitrates, yellow being very little ammonia, and the darker green the tube gets, the more ammonia you get. So with that green one being the tap water, yeah, I want the yellow color for my orchids, not a whole lot of ammonia. So that's one reason I use my fish tanks to condition the water. Okay. Talk to you next time. I'm going to finish up testing the tank to see if it needs a water change. If the green one was for the fish tank, it would need a water change, but as it's yellow, so far so good. Alright, talk to you next time. Okay, I've completed all of my tests, the nitrite and all that. I went ahead and rinsed them out because it's not really the point of this video. But I thought I'd come back and take one last look at the ammonia in the fish tank. Still doesn't have that green color that the tap water did. So, yeah. I've waited long enough for it. I've waited more than long enough for it to change, and it hasn't. So, as far as ammonia is concerned, I guess it would be smarter to drink out of my fish tank than it would out of my tap. Okay, here's the Betta's tank, and there's the Betta. These plastic plants ain't so good. You can see what they've done to the Betta's fins, but my friend seems to like those, so I guess the fins will suffer. Tends to be too dark in here most of the time for live plants. This is a bathroom, and bathrooms ain't known for having lots of windows. But that's a little 2.5 gallon tank, and if it wasn't for those plastic plants, the Betta would no doubt have better fins. But what can you do? Basically a client's tank. I wouldn't have those plants in there tearing up the fins if it was truly my tank. and in a way it is, and in a way it's not. Okay. Talk to you next time.